Hello, my friends. This is Diane. I have been diligently working today on a couple of traveler's notebook style of Christmas journals using Stamperia's Christmas Patchwork 8x8 pack of it. I don't know if I had the complete set of it. I received it in a Happy Mail. There were 7 pages, so I'm thinking there may have been more to it. Like the full set might maybe more pages than that, but I don't know. But someone sent them to me. I didn't go back to look at my Happy Mail videos to see who it was. I get so many Happy Mails, which it's a blessing, I know, but I don't remember who sent what most of the time, and I apologize for that. But that's what it is. It's Stamperia Christmas Patchwork, or Patchwork Christmas, one or the other. And it was the 8x8 pages, like I said, and all of these little ephemera pieces. I don't know if this went with it, because this is entirely different. It's chipboard. And these are like a plastic. And they're so cute, and I just couldn't wait to get to use these items. So that's what I've been working on today. I did something a little different, too, in that I had my pages cut and everything, but I didn't collate them. I just knew what I wanted to do with something, and I would grab a page that would be appropriate for whatever pocket I wanted to add, or whatever I wanted to do, like this fabric flip. I knew I wanted it in there, so I just grabbed a piece that would work for it, and then did the same thing for the other. So I worked on both at once, but I just had this collection of pages in front of me. And then I had a lot done on as far as adding pockets and embellishments, and then put it together. I know I will still add more, but it's getting pretty thick already. So I just want to quickly take you through what I've done, and then we're going to decorate the covers. I took a piece of paper from a Christmas paper pad from Hobby Lobby, their brand, which is Paper Studio. I had several of their paper pads that I was pulling from, so I don't know which set. I think these are both from the same set, but I don't know what it is. And it's a little bit thinner than some of the other cardstock papers, so, and it was white on the inside. So I just tore some fabric to the right size and then glued it down, and then I sewed it. And I just used a straight stitch. I let the edges, they're just a little bit frayed, and I just sewed as close to the edge. I sewed it on this side so I could get close to the edge of the paper to get that fabric and cardstock sewn adhered together very nicely. I'll probably add some sort of pocket on either the front or the back. And that just makes a nice, sturdy but flexible cover. I used a page from the Edith Holden book, and it's a December page. You can see December right there. So I folded that in and made a little pocket and added a vintage eggnog bottle cap, which I thought was pretty cool. So I'm not going to go into great detail because we'll do that with the flip through, but I just wanted to show you. This is one of the plastic pieces, the embellishments. There's some vintage stuff like this trim, this card. And this is one of Lorna Taylor's Christmas stamps from last year. She had a new set out this year. She asked me if I wanted one because I often buy her stamps when she puts them out. But I knew I had a couple from last year, and I only use Christmas stamps once a year, of course, so I really wanted the new stamps she had, but I passed. However, since then, I purchased her most recent stamp. I haven't used it yet, but she puts it in this envelope, and this is what it was. I don't know if she has any left. Probably not, because they go pretty quickly, and it's like a limited edition. So anyway, this is the first piece of the Stamperia paper that you'll see. So it's called Patchwork Christmas, so a lot of the designs are they look patchwork. And there's collage behind it. It looks like a beautiful art journal. And coffee dyed paper. I had two Jack and Jill, from the Jack and Jill magazines, two of the Christmas subscription things. This one was red, the other one is blue, so I was able to put one in each. I'm obviously making two journals. Here's another page from Stamperia. And then I took one of the larger plastic pieces and glued it down as a tuck spot. This page is, it was a hand-typed and copied series of pages. They were stapled together. There were like 3 or 4 pages stapled together with Christmas recipes. So I just trimmed the edges and then folded up the bottom and made this almost like a little portfolio. It has a lot of the plastic pieces on it. I don't remember what, oh, this was in here. Oh, also along with the paper pad, she had sent me several of the little cards. I did have to trim it down just a little bit. And that piece of doily and the Let It Snow is, all of these are from the plastic ephemera. And there's some vintage trim and the vintage Christmas seals. And it's a pocket. The tags that I made, I think this was over here, it doesn't really matter. We had a Tag Tuesday the other day, so that's where we made all of these tags. I didn't show you the finished product. So this one has the buttons on it, as I said I was going to do, and then I sewed that piece of doily on it. And this one has one of the plastic embellishment pieces, and it had 2 little tiny holes already punched in it, so I just attached it to the tag with this little piece of floss. Some dyed paper, fabric flip, some music paper, and this one has a vintage advertisement for Christmas toys. Just what I want for Christmas. Look at his haircut. In a sailor suit. These are from the very, very old St. Nicholas for Children magazine. So I had 2 advertisements, so each journal got one. And one of the plastic embellishments, a couple other things tucked in there. And there's one of the other finished tags with the buttons. Some gift wrap. And here this was a small linen napkin, and I just made that into a pocket and added another tag, and I had added some of the plastic embellishments, the stars, to that. This was part of the Tag Tuesday, and I'll add seam binding or something there. I did some stamping. Another of the Stamperia pieces. It's so pretty. And here's one of the plastic embellishments. I glued it to some vellum, and I'll put a tag or something in there. Another piece of fabric, and this has a card list. It was from an address book, but it says Christmas card list on it. So I tucked that in this fabric pocket. And this is a piece of fabric that looks like patchwork, so that's what I used for the Patchwork Christmas. We saw all of that. So there's, similar stuff in here. It's different, but similar. So I'm going to take one of these covers, and we're going to do a collage on the front. I have some things prepared. Scrap of the paper, and another scrap of paper that has music, Christmas music printed on it. Those are both scrapbook papers. And then one of Lorna's Christmas stamps from last year. I stamped it on a piece of coffee dyed muslin with red ink. I used the archival ink in Red Geranium from Ranger. And then I just took some of the, I think it's Mowed Lawn Distress ink, and just inked around the edge. And that's going to be part of the collage. I've got some mulberry, and I may use one of these little things, and I have these little vintage gold sequin stars that I want to use. So let's just get going. I sewed around the edges on these just so they would look like they're sewn on to the cover, but they're not. My clock chiming reminds me. I hope you guys are proud of me because I already changed my battery. Or not changed the battery, I changed the time on my clock. I'm more motivated in the fall to do it because I don't want it chiming at 5 a.m. But I did it wrong the first time because I realized after I did it later in the day, I realized the clock wasn't chiming. So that meant I had it set opposite, so it was going to be chiming all night long. So I quickly fixed that. I guess I took the batteries out before I went to bed and then fixed it today. Okay, I think I need something more color, some more color down here. I have this piece of very old music paper that I had used modeling paste on with the poinsettia stencil, and then I sprayed it with, I made some red spray using some red gel food coloring and water, and I sprayed this with it. So let's see if we can use that here. Just a little bit peeking out. I don't know if roughing up the edge will work because it, like I said, it's a very old piece, so those little roughed up pieces might just flake off. And let's see. Oops, didn't mean to dump them all out. Not sure. Just seems like something isn't right. I'm going to set that aside and work on this one, and then come back and look at that. We'll see. And maybe instead of making it crooked, I could just make it straight. Some more mulberry paper. I think it looks better with the pieces straight. I can add those elements after I glue things down. Condense everything a little. Okay. So I can't believe that it's so close to Thanksgiving. Doesn't seem possible, especially with the warm autumn we've been having. It just doesn't seem like it should be that close to Thanksgiving. Not in my neck of the woods. But today we woke up to a heavy frost. It was our first heavy frost. I didn't sew around this piece. Don't know if I want to go over there and do that. I guess I will. You'll hear my machine. I'll be right back. I only did 3 sides because one of them will be tucked up underneath. I love Lorna's stamps. They look so vintage and charming. And they can be used so many different ways. They can be made used with a grungy journal or a pretty journal. And they're great on covers. I did little vintage craft color folders with these stamps on the cover, and I still have more of those folders, so I'll probably do some more at some point. Forgot. I did sew around that too. I probably should have put red thread in there to do it, but I'm trying to make this project a rather quick one. Now, maybe I should use my glossy accents for gluing the sequins on. I always have to open up the nozzle because I don't use it every day. I squeeze while I'm poking it with the pin till I feel air coming through it. Don't feel any air yet. Oh, I heard a little hiss. Sorry, guys. There we go. I've tried different ways to keep it unclogged and nothing really works, so I just don't even try. But I usually get it to work. But despite the heavy frost this morning, I had to go to the chiropractor earlier today, and I had to scrape my windshield. It wasn't very thick, but I did have to scrape it, or I wouldn't have been able to see. But now I think it's warmed up nicely. I'll be going for a walk before or after dinner. It's getting to the point, I think it's gotten to the point where I have to go for a walk before dinner if I want to go before dark. I think the sequins really make it just adds the accent that it needs. I forget that the glossy accents doesn't dry as quickly as Fabri-Tac. It's quite fun to make traveler's notebook journals because they're smaller, they're fun to decorate. It doesn't seem like such a big project as a journal, a regular journal that I make. That might be all I do. I don't know if I'll glue that last one on. So let's fix this one. That looks better, I think. Just having everything up and down instead of crooked. What do you think? If you didn't notice, I did ink around the pieces before I sewed around them. I don't know if I mentioned that, but you could probably tell. There, I lifted up the corner of that piece to get that, because I decided to move this down so I could see the top of it. And then I wanted the muslin or the mulberry paper behind it. I think these are going to be cute when they're done. I've been enjoying putting these together. Whoops. I wanted to finish listing the Christmas supplies, but I just would rather work on this. I didn't have a video up today, so I thought I should get those supplies ready and I'd have to do a video and get them listed. But that takes a lot of time, and I just really wanted to work on these journals. So maybe I'll do that tomorrow. The muslin is a little bit wrinkly, but I liked it that way. And I'll probably put some eyelets on the front and back and put some seam binding in there to tie. But yeah, I like that. It's just, this is not the one we looked at. Let me just quickly flip through this one. Here's the other Jack and Jill order thing. I'll probably put something in the center to reinforce that. Guess I better glue that a little bit better. I need to stamp there, I think. There's the other advertisement. This one, for some reason, it was more fragile and it cracked down the center, but that's okay because the stitching is going to be going down there. I just think she's so cute with her Nashua wool nap blanket for her baby doll. There's gift wrap. This is from a tablecloth. And this is a vintage piece that I just got in a box of stuff. It said Hallmark on the back. I don't know what it was used for, but I thought it was so pretty, and it had something stuck to it, but all that was left was a little piece of foam, kind of like a pop dot, but it was a square. And vintage. It was old and yellow. But I peeled that off and just covered up the spot with some punched flowers and a piece of sequin. So that's a pocket. I'll have to add something to that. Another Christmas card list. And this fabric looks like patchwork, and they were strips. They were too narrow, so I sewed them together, so it is a patchwork. And this one has hearts where the other one had stars. So I'll do a little bit more. This one has my last vintage poinsettia sticker. I love those. Got a bag of them, little, baggie of them at a flea market a few years ago. And I use them every year, but that's my last one. The only one I had left. And there's another one of Lorna's. So let's see. Yeah, this one has this on the cover. So I wanted to put the opposite one in. So you get one of each image. So yeah, that's that journal. Where'd my, oh, silly. So no, I didn't do it that way. Let's switch these out. And I may make another card. I don't know. But now this one is not the same as that. All right. So I'm pretty happy with the way these covers look. And I don't know what else I'll be doing. to these journals. I don't know if there will be another video, but you know, if there is, you'll see it coming up. I have the red and green stamps that I could add because of the Christmas colors. I have these little penny wrappers I could use. I've got more things, and plus all of these pieces. I've got more things I can add and get them finished. Thanks so much for watching. I hope that you're liking how these are coming out so far. If I get these done pretty quickly, then I'll have time to go ahead and make the little golden book 12 Days of Christmas journal. So I'll see you in the next video. Have a creative day today. Bye-bye.